Hello iRichers! Today we'll be counting down 10 methods you can use to become a trillionaire. Welcome to iRicher, where high quality content meets high quality people. While there are many millionaires and billionaires out there, no one has yet been able to amass $1 trillion. However, there are some methods out there that could perhaps enable you to one day be a trillionaire. And of course, stick around till the end to find out the get-rich schemes to avoid and what method will give you long-term rather than short-term gains. At number 10 is the fact that you should start a business. Put simply, very few people have obtained over $50 million without being an entrepreneur. Because unless you are an extremely high-level business executive, a member of a royal family, or a very talented sports star, there is just no way that you will get a salary in a regular job that is enough to make you ultra-wealthy. So if you want your profits to be endless and your wages to be significant, you need to be the one in control of the finances. And although you may have to start small, by quitting your 9-to-5 and going the risky route, you too can hope to one day be amongst the richest in the world. At number 9 is the reality that you must solve a problem. You can only make money if you are providing value to your customers. And while there are many ways of doing this, many people often forget that customers will only pay you money if you are doing something to help them. Therefore, if you are trying to set up a business, don't just think about the money. Instead, try to come up with whose problems your goods or services will solve and how helpful it will be. That way, you can market your product to the right people and ensure that you are charging a price where you can make a profit. At number 8 is a reminder that you should ignore the gurus. Nowadays, there are countless internet gurus out there that will tell you that they can sell you the keys to success. In fact, they will often claim that they are experts in a skill such as content writing, making automated e-stores via dropshipping, investing in the stock market, forex trading, or even in creating and hosting Facebook ads. They will then often say that they will give you this info if you pay for their extremely expensive course. However, more often than not, these people are complete scammers. This is because they are often not in the industries they are selling to you at all, and instead steal content from real experts and sell it as their own. They also are often trying to get you to go into an industry that is already very saturated, meaning that the competition in it is too great for you to do very well. And to top this off, the truth of the matter is that if these gurus were really making a lot of money off of their industry, then they wouldn't bother selling you courses. So, if you want to be a trillionaire, avoid the get-rich-quick schemes and say no to the gurus. At number 7 is the fact that you should develop a skill. If you are an unskilled worker, then the chances are that you will be paid like one as well. Therefore, if you want to make a lot of money, you have to be able to do something that the majority of other people cannot do so that your work is valuable. And be it coding, welding, writing, or accounting, you need to have multiple skills to create a business that can reach that $1 trillion mark. Therefore, always be on the quest to better yourself, because it usually takes smarts to do well in the business world. At number 6 is the importance of finding a niche. One of the biggest mistakes that people make when trying to make some serious cash is that they follow the crowd. However, if you make money like the average person, then chances are that you'll have an average salary. So instead, find a niche that not a lot of people are competing in and stick with it. For example, if you live in an area with a lot of Chinese restaurants, don't go and open another Chinese restaurant. Instead, open an Italian one, or find a way to supply the Chinese restaurants with something unique that can provide them with a lot of value. That way you can avoid competition and be at the top of your industry. At number 5 is the importance of networking. Having friends in high places is always a good idea, and it takes an excellent networker to find such friends. Now keep in mind that we're not saying to just talk to people because of their money. Most people can see right through that. Instead, find people who are interested in what you are interested in and that are as ambitious as you are. After all, by doing this, you don't need to work alone and can instead work together with your friends to create new businesses and develop great ideas. This method will thus allow you to make lifelong friends that not only have your back, but can also potentially make you a lot of money. Like what you see so far? hit the like button, do it now. It really helps the channel, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive more enriching video content. At number 4 is the importance of doing something big. Now, while steady hard work may be the best way to make money, if you have enough saved up, you could possibly make billions, if not trillions, by doing something big. One perfect real-life example of this is the COVID vaccine. After all, once it is widely distributed, the pharmaceutical companies that created it will make billions or trillions. However, there are plenty of other opportunities out there as well, with very profitable potential industries being developed in sectors such as space rock collection and graphene production. Therefore, if you can do something that makes a huge impact, then you can make a very large profit. Yet your initial investment in these types of industries will likely be very high. However, if you are already rich, a foray into either could perhaps catapult you to trillion-dollar status. At number 3 is the importance of avoiding criminal activity. Now, let's face it, making money is tough, and in all honesty, many have contemplated turning to crime to make a lot of money very quickly. However, when you do this, it is almost certain that your wealth will only be temporary. This is because when living a life of crime, you will almost always be running away from the law, and if you make one wrong move, your entire fortune could be confiscated by the government. To make matters worse, since you may be hurting a lot of people and making enemies, there is a good chance that people will eventually try to kill you once you've made a name for yourself. So instead, go the legal route and make your money the honest way by helping rather than hurting people. That way, you will be able to enjoy your earnings for life. At number 2 is the importance of reading. In today's day and age, it is all too easy to spend your free time swiping on Tinder and liking posts on Instagram. However, almost every billionaire will tell you that reading was key to their success. After all, books often contain valuable ideas that you can use in your business. Thus, by reading books written by experts, you can often get some insight that you would never be able to find anywhere else. So, if you'd like to be rich one day, pick up a book and start reading. At number 1 is the reality that you have to plan for the long haul. It is more likely than not that you won't become rich overnight. After all, money creation takes time and dedication, and thus your plans will also have to reflect that. Therefore, rather than buy into all the mindset stuff that is often pushed on the internet, actually make a solid business plan that accounts for changes in the long term. And while you may have to edit it every now and then, such a plan will ensure that you have your own organized blueprint for success. So, iRichers, which of these methods did you find to be the most useful? Let us know in the comments section. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive more enriching videos. Bye, iRichers. See you in our next video.